Okay, sorry about that. We're in the our test week. It's usually the week we test everything after a sabbatical, which we just had in for the summer, and I'm just trying to get everything back in play here and get everything ready. So obviously, when I started now, the mic wasn't set into its proper inputs. Okay, so today we're going to talk about, and we expect us to have an issue. Please forgive that because again, this is a part of our test week where we just go through with the broadcast and see what isn't working and fix it on the fly. So forgive us for that. It's unprofessional, but it's also the only way I can do everything in the world, which I'm doing and do it with some time savings. Okay. All right. So let's go into these political tweets. Today is VPN day for me. I have everything my wife was telling me was, I guess, pointing out, emphasizing last night how I have a day for everything and every time and everything set out. So that's her observation of me. And today is, in fact, Viral Political Machine Day. So uh, most of the things that I work on today for efficiency is dealing with our viral political machine. Um, Political consultancy program. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm doing all sorts of things. As long as it has to do with the VPN program, I'm doing it. And since we have to test all the streams, we're doing that right now with this one. So please forgive any bumpy roads or anything like that. Matter of fact, if you want to look into our VPN program, becoming a political consultant. Right now, it's only open for GOP. Sorry, guys. Preferential, yes, but it's also there's a reason for it, and so we only have it open for GOP candidates at this time, and for anyone in the GOP who wants to do something more significantly than just say MAGA and what other things they have in their Republican GOP type of comments on Facebook and your social media. If you want to do something more proactive and more meaningful, then we suggest you pay a visit to our landing page. And let's see if I can bring that up. See if we have any. No, it's not going to work. Okay, yeah, that's not what wanted to see. One moment. I'm going to take a moment. I have to answer the door. So one moment. Let me play the. Yeah, sorry about that. We have the children getting home from school, and although they're with an adult, they don't wait for the adult, and they come in and knock on the door. And I'm thinking the adult left their key and wondering how did they lock the door when they left. And it turns out the door wasn't locked, and I was just disturbed for childish reasons. So that's what happened there. So that was a childhood failure, a child failure instead of a wardrobe failure, which also can happen. We never know. Okay, so we'll continue with the screen. It's not working here, so I'm going to try to fix that on the fly. So let me Oh, I see. Yeah, because it's a different thing, and you'll understand it in a moment when I get it fixed. I see. So that's the browser. So that's always going to be that way. What I need is another. I need to have a. Is it a window capture for this, and or really just a display capture? If we can get it to work. So yeah. So that it looks like it's working. So yeah. Okay. So that'll work, and let me try to get. Okay, and let me just position. I'll be right with you, folks. So here's the screen. Now this should be good for us right now. Okay, so like I was saying before, if you're interested in becoming a being of significant impact on the coming elections, and you're in the GOP, and you want Trump to win again as president, um, we help you to do more than just be one of the gang, um, to become very effective. And this is also an opportunity for you to have become a professional consultant, a political consultant. There's about 5 or 6 different job titles that this program will train you for. You get the course at our university, so you get tied into the university to get your training. And you should really just take a look at this video on this page. To get to that page, you have to type in mycbh.com/LP /VPM, as you see there, VPM dash BIZ, VPM dash BIZ. And then you can get to this landing page, watch the video carefully, and really consider playing a major role. Uh, what we need are people that are going to play a major role, not just people going to sit around enjoying the entertainment of the political season, but actually people who want to take a major role and really change your life, because this is going to be empower you to enjoy 5 to 6 figure income with the political industry. So it's not just preparing you just to be a a ringleader for this election, but actually to set you into a winning position and helping helping the politics you believe in for many years to come, and earning a very good living at it. So you're becoming part of a network. You'll be earning income, and you really need to watch that video and get involved in that program. Okay, so what we're doing is what we're going to do today is reviewing and commenting on um, tweets that are political in nature. What I have here are 2 columns of tweets. One is MAGA, the other is filtered for Vote Trump. And, we have a few tweets and treats for us to look into today. We have one here from Sukaloma. I don't know if you can see this well on your screen, but it's Sukaloma Savvy. And she says, for me, it's Harris or Warren. I'm praying that we put Trump out, but will men vote for a woman? And, the question is that the only qualifier? Will men vote for a woman? That's the only consideration? So I guess what? Men just vote for men? There's no other distinguishing features that men vote for? It seems to be not for anything. I'm not poking fun at this tweeter here, but you see the mentality. When you start looking at things like this, you start looking at the mentality involved in the election process of this country at this point. It seems to be just an issue of color, which we already proved that man would vote, American men would vote for a black man, okay, for president of the United States. That's already been proven. So I think the question of racism is also something that's really not valid in terms of presidential races. Okay, so we're limited to presidential races. Can a black man win the presidency of the United States? And the answer to that is absolutely. It's already been done. So no one can say that the U.S. is racist. And people who say that, obviously, if you're going to say that, you are obviously for anyone looking or watching, you know that the person does not know what they're talking about. Okay, simply they are trying to make a case where there is none, and where we usually put political talk, right? It's usually political talk when they try to paint the other side as being something they aren't, but just because it's politically expedient. So you need to know that certain things are being done and certain things are being said for the sake of political expediency, not because they're true. I think truth is the farthest thing that we are being exposed to within the political environment. That's the farthest thing we're being exposed to, or the last thing. I'm going to open this up. What you're seeing, say, how do I do that? Is because this is a special software, a proprietary software that I made. I do my own software, and so that I just remembered I couldn't make that bigger for you to read that. So that was the original tweet there. And also, this software will be showing you guys how to use to great effect, also in the VPN program. So this is part of the things we start teaching you really how to use the tools that I have developed. These are tools I personally have developed. So I don't use another developer up to now. I may use it in the future, but up to now, I usually do my own software, do my own things. All right. So, and I did comment on it. I can't show you the comment here now. I don't think so, but right, because it'll only go into a new comment there. But in any case, I did comment to us: is this the only factor? Why can't a woman run for president, or why can't a woman actually win the presidency? Is there a real problem with that? I don't think so. I think men will vote for a woman to be president if only the woman had the perceived acumen of running the country, especially with all of this. Can you imagine? See, one of the main reasons that a man would not believe right now that a woman, and a lot of you gals may seem this to be sexist, this statement, but after what's going on now with Trump, all the bad mouthing, all the false news, fake stuff, all of that. Can you imagine? I mean, someone can comment, and we're open for comments, by the way. If you're wherever you're seeing this and you have a facility for commenting, I am able and willing to respond to comments. So you can try commenting. I should see all the comments here. And those that I do, I will respond to. And let me just do a quick share on the viral political machine. A second here. And get that shared to that page. There you go. Okay, so we just shared that on the viral political machine on Facebook. All right, so yeah, I'm interested in anyone who has any comment on this issue. I believe that if after Trump, I mean, even thinking about running for president, you have to start thinking who's really thinking of running for president right now. I think that's an interesting topic. Who could possibly be thinking about running for president right now? What could be possibly running through that mind after all of this thing that's going on? I mean, and then think about it, who would have the guts, the stamina, the testadura, and you need dura testa, to deal with all of this garbage day in and day out? And you can say, no, but no one else would have all of this baggage for which people are criticizing Trump for having and whatnot. Listen, in the world of politics, the people are ready to put baggage in your name. Okay, you got baggage waiting for you. All right, I don't hardly ever receive. I don't order too much on online or anything. I mean, not like these kids of mine out compete me with ordering stuff from Amazon and whatnot. I thought I was bad. I get big items. I get the multi-thousand-dollar things with Amazon, but they every week they're getting sneakers and shirts and stuff like that. Every time that door is knocking, I say there's another Amazon or somebody. So I mean, you got to understand that when you or anyone runs for the presidency of the United States of America, or even you're nominated to be a Supreme Court justice, even with that, you don't even have to be the president of the United States. Supreme Court. People, you got to realize here, like I don't receive packages every week, but if I would run for presidency of the United States, all of a sudden there's going to be a whole bunch of undelivered mail showing up, popping up, a whole bunch of emails, a whole bunch of packages, baggage, trying to attack me. I mean, I had someone, uh, I wouldn't call it a doxing. It was almost like that, but someone tried to destroy my reputation in a Facebook group, with their opinions and their perceptions and whatnot. But and that's I'm not even running for president. I was just, they were just sick and tired of me, saying my 2 cents, and the 2 cents is more like $200. You get my what I'm trying to say. And they just couldn't handle the value that I was bringing in and the challenge to their posits. And this guy was trying to trash me and whatnot. Like, unbeknownst to him, I'm very well adept in dealing with falsehood and bad conceptions or misconceptions, and people trying to dox me or persuade other people against me and this and that, blah blah blah. It's all just ridiculous. It's games for me. But I can imagine if someone doesn't have that wherewithal to deal with this constant, be able to push back with this constant barrage of lies and twisting, because anything is twisted. I've seen this, a lot of people wondering why you guys for Trump, why you support Trump. Look at this, look at that, and that, and you guys are throwing a whole lot of screws out there. See, and that's the thing that I don't think many are realizing, that these you guys are using screws, and the problem with screws is that uh, they have something a threading on it that is twisted. Maybe you're not noticing. You think it's a point. This is my point, but it's a screw. It's not a nail. That's why you haven't been able to nail you nail the coffin, right? The last nail in the coffin. You haven't been able to do that because you're not nailing. You see, you don't have nails. Nails have a point. You have screws, and yeah, you're trying to screw. You're trying to screw the man, but they're screws. Just like a screw can come in, screw can come out. Okay, so basically, so but when you're asking us to look at this and you're showing us a screw, you don't have a point. The screw, now that's the issue, right? Screws don't have a point. Most screws are flat pointed, right? They have that flat end, which is the end that goes in, and they don't have much of a point. If they have some point, there may be some point to it. It's not like a nail. No, that's a point. That's a see. So that's the difference. So that's a quality difference. Some people don't understand why is it that when we say something, you guys aren't registering. You guys are not understanding because one of the reasons why is because you don't have a point. A point. You want to screw something in, but you don't have a point. So that's the difference. So obviously, that is one of the considerations that you have to have when you're considering all this. Now that we're entering the political season for the presidency and other positions, that's something that has to be considered. So again, just this comment alone, it goes to show how how people aren't thinking out there really. Uh, Men will vote. I'm looking. I was. Hey, listen. I would vote for Michelle. I know a lot of. I'm a Republican that would vote for Michelle Obama. Share it out. I just said it. Go ahead. Just share that out. A Republican would vote for Michelle Obama, and it's a great nifty way for Obama to become, get back into the White House for whatever intensive purposes that can serve. But in any case, why not? Why not? If Michelle, and I'm not being funny with this, I'm being very serious. I'm being very serious. If Michelle would come to me and say, help me get elected, I would seriously think about that. Because, first of all, she brings in great popularity. I don't need a screw in my head to figure out that she pulls in. She got coattails and she can pull in a lot, when she comes down walking down the hall, if you get my drift. Okay? So that's a lot of that's power that she has. Okay, that she's earned it, frankly. And so she has that to her credit. I don't know about the other things that are for a man that would be important. In terms of how she would handle, international affairs, business things. Because, us men, we voted for Trump because he handles business and he knows how to make a deal, even if the other guy is begging for their lives. Quite frankly, let's talk the truth. Trump is a person that you don't make a deal the first time. He's going to make it. He's going to make you make a deal later on down, but you will be on a very worse position than if you had taken the first deal. And why I say that is because that's exactly what I would do. And when you want to ask why do people follow Trump or vote for Trump, it is because they are like him. He is like them. It's like me in many aspects. Not the bad stuff, but even some people consider what I just said a bad thing. Oh, why would you do that? Well, listen, I'm a businessman. I'm a minister, but I'm also a businessman. And in business, you get my best face when I walk in the door. All right, but when you make me work hard to make you understand something because you're hard headed and you want to play hardball, then you're going to pay for my time and for my services. So that's what Trump does, and that's why he is loved by men and women alike who voted for Trump and who are still with it, who are still with him, because he gets what he needs done. What people aren't understanding is that it has nothing to do with what he says. People just don't get it. They just don't understand. It's just simple as that. This is the problem in this country and in this world today. It's the lack of understanding. See, you're not understanding. It has nothing to do with what he says. Because he comes in the door and he may say something. He said, "Today I'm going to make you a the best deal that you will ever have in all your life." Okay? And then people a year later say, that's what he said. But look at what happened just now. He left the other guy gasping for air. But what you're not realizing is that he said the truth when he walked in the door. He said, "I'm here to give you the best deal." And that's what he was ready to do, sign and deliver that day. But since the other person, the other party, wasn't playing ball yet, you didn't get yourself, you're not ready to take this good deal, and you made us wait, talk, and spend time, and educate you, and blah, blah, blah. And then you got into a little trouble later on, and you guys feel the pressure and this and that. Well, then now you're going to get the short end of the stick. See, a lot of people don't understand that. Then they're blaming Trump for using his business savvy, just simply his business savvy. But all beyond that, though, getting back to this tweet about the woman, Harris or Warren, are any of those two going to be able to deal? See, because as far as I can see right now, there is no one on the Democratic side that could possibly win over any voter that voted for Trump for the right reasons. Let me repeat that. There is no candidate right now possible on the Democratic side that could possibly win over any Trump vote that voted for Trump for the right reasons. You can convince some Trump voters who voted for Trump for the wrong reason, but you not be able to persuade or dissuade any voter who voted for Trump for the right reasons. Okay, because all the Democrats doing are poo-pooing the key features of our candidate. Okay, so all of those things that they're doing is just making themselves look foolish in the eyes of the Trump voter who voted well. Who voted well. That doesn't mean that it was right or wrong. This is not an issue of voting right or wrong, but it is an issue of voting well. When people go into the polling booth, the only saving grace in this country right now is that when people enter that voting booth for the presidency, um, usually, more often than not, they vote well. Okay, it's a serious thing. I'm a Republican, and I did not support the Obama presidency, but I was not unhappy. In matter of fact, I was very happy for the nation. I'm very happy for the nation because the nation broke with a perception. Not that it was the truth, because I've always said that these later generations now, that issue of racism is not the problem. And I've done other videos on this, so I won't get into it now. They bandy it around like a football, but it really is not the problem in this country. But we'll just let that go. And if you're interested in finding out why I say that, well, you have to look at my other videos or wait till I do another video or have a tweet that brings up the subject, and then I can get into it. But that is not the issue. And but what we have is that when this country and Obama becoming president shows that this country has the ability to vote well. Okay. And again, I wasn't in favor of the Obama presidency, and not for any reason, not for any racism or anything. I just didn't. And for the reasons that were clear anyway in our statements and the way we see it clearly, that he did not. I mean, he kept drawing the line. I mean, that's the clearest thing I can to make you understand why I felt, and I wrote a letter. It's online someplace where I suggested to Obama to take a slightly different stance and to listen to some of the critics that they were criticizing his weakness in certain foreign affair policies. And obviously, the drawing in the sand is the very clear indicator for you. If you say something here and then you start redrawing that line backwards and backwards and backwards, then you're really not an effective deal maker. Okay? And not to say, let's say Trump, let's make it a Trump thing. Is it possible for Trump to draw a line and then to recede and draw another line? Yes, it is possible. Okay? Why and when is that possible, and why is that a good thing? Because it gives the other person the feeling or the perception, you know, you can work with me. I'm moldable, I'm flexible, so let's make a deal. Okay, so within that scope, Trump would be doing that. That is possible, depending how he reads the person and the situation. So why can't that be what Obama did? Because it would be unbelievable. Simply, Obama did not exude any quality or character that would support and lend credence to him using this backstepping to effect or to gain. All right. That wasn't like he wasn't known for that. He's still not known for that. It was his greatest criticism. All the critics have really trounced on him or pounded him with that criticism that he was just redrawing the line and receding and letting Syria or the Taliban, whatever it was, the ISIS or whatever it was, I think it was Syria actually, where he was just, allowing them to get away with murder, and he didn't defend his line that he drew in the sand. So it's unbelievable. So that's the difference, really. Obama, give him some credit. He may have thought it. He may have went to sleep the night before, and he had a marvelous dream. Even Constantinople, right? Sorry, Constantine. I keep doing that. Even Constantine had a vision. He saw this. It's Cygnus. It's Vinci, right? You will have victory under this sign. Matter of fact, that sign up there, you don't see it in the screen, but the cross there. So with this sign, you shall win. You shall conquer. So yeah, maybe Obama woke up that morning and said, you know what? I'm going to just go redraw the line backwards and see if they, wake up and smell the coffee. And that would have been a drastic change in his regular manner of things. Or, yeah, it would have been a change if not in the redrawing. The redrawing was his principal character was to redraw recede, and for that being a reality in all of his life, you have to ask Michelle. I don't know, but in any case, you have to. It would be a stretch to imagine that he was thinking like Trump. I'm going to use this as a strategy to try to win them over. So I think that's a little was more of a stretch than anything else. So, but again, if a woman, the question is, would a woman be able to do what Trump is doing? I think Trump sets a new height or a new low. In either case, it is a boundary where Trump is at, where he's sailing, where he is cruising right now. He is cruising at the boundaries, whichever way you want to look at it, good or bad. But the question now becomes, can a woman or any other candidate ride that wave and survive? Can you get out into that extreme position in terms of the commentary and news reporting, opinions, etc., etc.? Can you, public opinion and perspective, can you run the presidency effectively, get things done while riding the ridge, if you will, of public opinion? You see, and Trump is in no way having a deluge of contrary opinion. It's just that it is powerful. It is a popular, there is a popular movement against Trump, but it is not a winnable movement. Because again, we're talking about the electoral college for the presidency, not the popular vote. People confuse. So it's not, don't look at popularity. Don't look at how many followers you have. We have so many people saying that they're going to vote against Trump. And one that, what's the news? This has been no different. You had a majority of people against Trump when he won the presidency. But you see, but people still with that mentality, and it shows lack of understanding. As simple as that. It's lack of understanding. So again, the game ensues. They're playing the game. Not that the DNC wants to admit it or not, but they're playing the game and you are the pawns. You're falling for it. As simple as that. What is different before 2016 than it is now? I'll tell you what the difference. There's only one difference. It's that Trump has proven himself to get things done. It's as simple as that. Because the bottom line is people look at what has been done. They're going to go into the polling booth and they're going to think about the wall. And no matter what, because some people say the wall isn't still up, but a lot of it is. And why isn't it all of it up? Because of the Democrats. That's what they're going to see because that's all we've been seeing. You see, with all the issue of impeaching Trump, what you guys did, the Democrats did, was highlight the fact that he's still unimpeached. Uh, that's all you did. All you did was highlight that he's not impeached. And come election day, that's what people are going to take to the polling booth. He's not impeached. He's built wall. He's done this. He's done that. Signing of this, signing of this. Yes, many executive orders because, again, why? Because the Democrats are always fighting against. The Democrats had a better play to make, albeit more complicated or complex, but more effective than what you guys have been doing. But again, you need a brain to play that game. That's would have been the game I would have played if I were a Democrat. If I were consulting the DNC, I would have played this whole scenario devilishly different. Absolutely. And they missed that opportunity. It was a perfect opportunity. Matter of fact, in hindsight, they had the positioning to effectuate what I'm talking about, but they messed up. They messed up. I think the Democrats, a lot of them were too, let's put it this way, they lacked the complexity to allow this strategy to have taken place. See? So I guess the only thing that saves us really is the stupidity in which everyone seems to be drowning in. But if someone would come along with enough cognitive amplitude, they can really do some major damage. It won't be effective. I don't want to put negative to it. I think it's a good thing. All right. So basically, listen, if Harris and Warren were convincing that they could take on even a popular dissent, that would be good, but I don't see it. There's nothing in their background, and nothing in, and when I say background, I mean how the public views it. I'm a public. What all I know about Harris and Warren is what I see. And what I see the tweets, I hear the TV when I don't do much of that, but I see the commentaries and the videos of their news interview and whatnot. I don't see in either of them someone who can take the heat. I see someone, and it has nothing to do with them being a woman, because it's the same thing I saw with Obama. Simple. What did I see with Obama? He likes to bend over, and I don't mean that I don't mean any puns there. With all due respect to the former president, that's not. I'm not inferring anything else except that the perception was, and the drawing in the line and keeping going back was, and the money thing and all that was that he was easy. Okay, and I don't see anything different with Harris and Warren, and I don't think even this woman sees Harris and Warren more than Obama. I don't think so. I don't think she sees Obama as being weaker than Harris or Warren as a leader. Now, you guys listening to me now, you agree with that? Do you think Harris and Warren are stronger as leaders than Obama was? See that? See how you just had to what? You had to deal with the truth. See that? That had just happened just then. So that's why Harris and Warren won't win, because simply they don't have what it takes, and it has nothing to do with being a woman. It has nothing to do with being a woman. Like I tell you again, I personally believe that Michelle Obama is stronger than these two women combined. Or she can be, and I can train her to be. Simply because it's just not her alone. It's her, and everyone else in the nation would see Obama is there. Combined, that's pretty much a very strong political position. That's pretty strong political what do we call value, weight. Not that they are stronger than Trump alone, because we don't talk about Melania, right? We don't talk about her as adding to Trump in what when the reason why we voted for Trump, right? But when dealing now with the potential, with the possible, if possible, it's just a hypothetical scenario that Michelle Obama would decide to grace this nation with a run for the presidency right now. Her greatest asset is Obama. It's Michelle and Obama, right? The Obamas. Michelle's running for president, and President Obama will be in. Barack Obama, right, will be in the White House again. Powerful, very powerful. Now we still have Trump to deal with. I'm not saying, but Harris and Warren. Harris and Warren, no, 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 no. Okay, so that is the one thing about it that I had to comment on that tweet there. So I think that's what I think the country, listen, it is my opinion that this country is ready for a woman president. I would rather, though, that Korea would be a past thing. Yeah, personally, I think that this Korea thing has to get resolved, the Iran thing, particularly. Those two things. China as a third, if they would calm their butts down and somebody made a deal there, then Michelle Obama for president, perfect, perfect time. Absolutely. I would encourage that. But the way things are now, personally speaking, my opinion, we need Trump in the White House. It's another 4 years. And you guys need to let him work. Simple. And if you're a Democrat, you're watching this, I'm talking to you, heart to heart, really. Give the nation, it's not about Trump, because you guys like to criticize, dump on Trump, but you're dumping on the nation at the same time. Listen, give the nation a chance to breathe here. Okay? That China thing has to be put down. Okay? I want to talk more direct to you, but I won't do it in this video. I've done it in a China video I did long ago in Periscope. Look for it. Okay? Look about China. I've been talking about China for a long time. All right? So everyone else wasn't talking about China. I was the first one to talk about China. So there, because a lot of people like to say what they did first, and I did this. I'm the one who was talking about China before anybody else was. To be careful, because I traveled, and I can see what China was doing long before anybody else realized it. That's why I have a different view about the immigration issue, the border issue, and this China issue now, because all along China has been manipulating things. They're doing it with North Korea in your face, and now they're doing it in crypto as well. Okay, they're trying to pull the rug out of under the US. Trump is absolutely correct in stopping them now at whatever cost. And I do mean whatever cost. Absolutely. With all it means and infers. At all costs. China has to be stopped now. Okay? If you miss this time, we've lost. Absolutely. Trump is here at the right time, at the right moment. and China got to get stopped. Okay? So, with God's favor, because we do need God's intervention for it to happen. But if there's one chance of China getting stopped, it is with Trump in office and God's favor. And this is the time. So, that's all I'm going to say on it. And with this broadcast, and that'll be it for this broadcast. Going to go on again. I see another tweet. I'll be back on to get today's VPM day. Like I said before, if you're interested, if you're in the GOP, if you're a Trump voter, supporter, you see the sense to keep Trump in office, to make sure he gets his work finished. He still has things to do. Then you want to do more than just sit around hoping for the best. You want to come and join our program. What we're looking for is people who don't mind learning to become a political consultant, learning to gain this skill using our tools. We're going to teach you how to use our tools to communicate and to educate and to really make a big difference in the upcoming election and elections to come. And this is going to be a big deal right here. It's a very limited opportunity, by the way. When you watch the video, you get there by going to mycbhmycb as in boy, H as in Harry.com /ALP /VPM, like you see there, those letters, VPM dash BIZ. BIZ. Take a look at that video and join our program and realize that this is just the beginning. What we're talking about here is just the beginning. We just talk about you in your local area. We have a citywide license here, but we also have the wonderful statewide license. But I'm going to tell you, statewide license holders, something that's not in the video, and that is that we're not just going to stay in the U.S. Later on, we're going to move out to international areas, other countries, and you guys, the state guys here that have the state license, you will be international consultants. That's where you're headed to be. So that's an added great benefit to position yourself with us here. If you're looking for, if you love politics, you gotta love it. You gotta enjoy it, even in a level of reasoning and thinking. And you wouldn't mind putting some time into it. You're doing it now. You're tweeting. You're Facebooking. You're sharing your views. You might as well make some money at it, so that you can spend more time. It's an issue of, if you're making money, you're paying your bills, and you have your nice car and whatnot, you're living comfortably, then you can dedicate more time, right? So that's the point. That's why I talk about it as an opportunity for you to earn some income, so that you can spend time and develop yourself in a professional level. And then later on, as I just told you, revealed to you in this video, because you won't see it in the video here on this page, that the international arena is what's next after you get all said and done here. Okay? So it's a great opportunity for you guys to really grow in this political field. And so we encourage you to do that. That's again mycbh.com /LP /VPM dash BIZ. And I'll see you in our next broadcast, maybe in a few moments. There's another tweet gave me a reason to ponder. We'll probably bring that up in the next video. Take care. Thanks for watching VPM, Viral Political Machine.